Okay, I've really got to get this book finished. I started off so well, and now I'm just like trailing to the end. And we've left it at such a point that it sounds like it is all tying up. Dr. Spoon and Dish are back to normal, but they're now leaving. They're leaving the group, and we're sort of saying goodbye. I only got like halfway through chapter 21, do you remember? So I literally need to just finish off this chapter. I'm going to go back a little bit so we remind ourselves of what happened. Spoon went over to Flabbergast and hopped up onto his forearm. I said I'd wished I'd never set foot inside this house at the edge of magic, he cleared his throat. But I didn't hear mean a word of it. I'm almost delighted you joined us, Dr. Spoon, said Flabbergast. His eyes were sparkling silver once more. Spoon jumped up onto Nine's shoulder next and hugged her neck. I'll miss you, Spoon, said Nine, a little surprised at how easily the words came out. Her heart felt heavy. Keep that lad out of trouble, will you now, lass? Don't let him near that green hoard mine doors. Well, I'll do my best, said Nine. We'll be burying one of those message urns before we go, said Spoon. You know, just in case I need to get in touch like about any of my equipment. And it's not very Scottish. Flabbergast nodded. Then Spoon gave a brief nod to Kaz and Bonehead and looked again at Nine. When you knocked on the door... Spoon. When you knocked on that door at the house, lass, he said, you changed everything. Everything. Nine just nodded. Her throat was tight, and she seemed to have forgotten how to speak. Spoon gave one last nod to everyone. Then he and Dish held hands and skipped away together through the streets of beyond. Like in the nursery rhyme. They always leave in the end, murmured Flabbergast. Nine gave another swallow and blinked a few times when she thought no one was looking. The witch rolled her eyes. Someone find a handkerchief. This is breaking my heart, she said coldly. But Nine noticed a faint silvery sparkle in her eyes, which quickly faded again. Flabbergast looked nervously at the witch. What will happen to the secret shop of secrets? Well, I suppose it will have to close for a while. She looked at the sky, where the last secrets still swirled their way around, looking for ears to whisper into. I have a feeling there may be a number of dissatisfied customers. Customers, she smiled. I do hope so, anyway. Then you'll be on your way? I do have some urgent business that is just desperate for my attention. Then she turned to Flabbergast. So I'll say goodbye, dear brother, yes, until we meet again. Which will hopefully be in some while, Flabbergast muttered. The witch turned and walked away, glancing over her shoulder at Nine and casting the smallest of winks. Nine tried to push the witch from her mind and turned to look at the bookshop, in case there was any chance she could return to look for whatever her ma had left. But the sign on the door was quite clear. Closed for ages. Need to tidy up. Well, you lot are a bit like hard work, ain't you? Knew it was going to be a bit more exciting than sitting on a wall, but blimey, said Kaz. Flabbergast sighed. I think we definitely need a cup of strawberry tea right now. Flabbergast looked at everyone. Home we go, he said. Home, said Nine. See, and that takes us to chapter 22.